Yo, it's Leeko Staccs, and I'm coming to you live from the 13th floor. Mental health is just, in my opinion, just making sure that you're cognizant of how, just how like great your mental state is, and just taking care of your mind, your body, understanding what it is that, you possess as an individual, just honing in on that completely. My mental health journey, I mean, honestly, I grew up single mom, middle child of 3 boys. My personal experience is just life. I didn't really grow up with too much like attention on me. It was always kind of like my older brother first, and then like right after me, 3 years later, came my little brother. So like for me, I was always like the one to kind of like be by myself, not really express myself as much. And I just remember just always like taking the time to express myself, not really with words, but more so just through like poetry, music, writing my thoughts down. And I used to draw, I used to like paint, stuff like that. So I got into things early that I kind of like found just a love in, and it kind of just like really helped me regulate those emotions, whether I was mad, upset, pissed off, happy, whatever it was I was feeling. Like I used my gift, my art, as a way to express myself. Music is my everything, man. Without music, I really don't think I would be who I am today. Music like has allowed me to meet new people, make connections, and help me get into certain buildings that I probably wouldn't have gotten into if I wasn't, in this space. I've also like, connected with people from around the world. I've had people like Russia, Canada, like DM me like whenever I drop sometimes, and they'll be like, yo, like I don't know how I found your music, but I found it and it's crazy. Like I've had somebody tell me that, I helped them through a hard time before. So that's really what I do it for, man. I didn't really think about the emotional aspect that it holds on people in the beginning, but once I started seeing like this actually like means something to people when you're authentic, you're organic, you're yourself, and you're telling your story, like you never really take the time to realize like how many other people are going through what you're going through. So for me, yeah, music has just been everything. I'll probably be dead without it. I ain't gonna lie. Through my toughest times in life, man, like music was just always it was just there. Like when I was younger, I used to wake up real early, like kindergarten, first grade, and I would watch the MTV music videos that would come on in the morning, even though I should have been getting ready for school. Like I just admired just seeing how the videos were made, capturing like the scenes, the different artists that would come on, and just how cool they were. And I always knew like one day that would be me. I was younger, I just always tried to not really emulate and idolize, but more so just like, jot down notes of like, what this person does, how they move, how they do this, how they rap, how they, things like that, the mannerisms, and kind of just like took off from there. So as far as like music goes, man, I'm a big nerd. Like I like to really tap into like samples and old like music and stuff like that. And my mom, raised me on 90s, 80s music. I got a grandfather who has a humongous collection of vinyls that when he passed, like I took a good chunk of it. So music is just like, it's my everything, bro. When I was my first breakup, man, like it was music. I had a whole project that I put out after that, and still to this day, I still get people that tell me like, this is a crazy project and things like that. Even through that time itself, like I directed my own video for one of the R&B track I had, and that did pretty well too. So it's like during COVID was like biggest like boom musically, just like people tapping in. Like I said, without music, man, I probably wouldn't even really be sitting here for real. These days, man, self-care for me looks like, something slight, like really just, might get paid, get that little bi-weekly check, take it and go out to eat by myself or something like that. Might take my lady with me, you know what I'm saying? And, just enjoy the aroma of just having, the paycheck while I got it, you know what I'm saying? And enjoying like just life when you can, because there's so much that go on in life or whatever. Like you gotta take certain moments to really just tap into, what's gonna make you happy and what's gonna keep you on your track. So every time that I get paid, I go do me some. I might go get me some new cologne, some new smell goods, you know what I'm saying? I'm real big into colognes and stuff. Maybe cop me some new clothes or something like that. Just, little pieces here and there just to, just keep that spike of happiness, going in my life. But other than that, man, I just kind of keep it slight, man. I don't really do too much. Honestly, I think we do it all the time. It's just like people are so afraid to like speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody will put how they feel in the music, but like they'll never like sit down and talk to somebody about it. But just me as myself, like I don't mind talking to someone about like mental health and where I'm at in life and stuff like that, because you never know, like something you might be going through might be the same thing this dude over here or this lady over here might be going through. And before you know it, like you having a whole conversation about in your music about what somebody else is dealing with and you helping them. So for me, I feel like mental health, like that being spoken in the industry, like just music industry period, it's like it's nothing better than it, but we do it all the time. It's just some people choose to do it one way and some people choose to do it another that may not be as helpful, but I mean, we all do it, so we all partake in expressing ourselves. But as far as just like taking the time to like, you know, have self-care and, you know, put you first and things like that, like I feel like that should be something that we all kind of just take a moment to every now and again for sure, especially like artists and musicians. Like you gotta take time for yourself, because if you don't, man, like you'll burn out and then you be thinking, I don't even want to do the music no more. Like it's so much going on in life and this and that. But sometimes it's okay to take a little hiatus and, you know, get away from the mic or get away from the guitar or whatever it might be, you know what I'm saying? And just like live life, you know, have some new experiences and, you know, get some new inspiration and come back. And when you come back, 9 times out of 10, you come back better. So say, you know, mental health is, and taking care of yourself is for sure like that's the best thing you could do as far as an artist, for real, as far as creative. I'd probably say the best advice that I've received that could tie into like mental health is probably just like, it's real simple, just continue persevering, man. Like a lot of people, like they quit, they stop. And, you know, when they don't see the results that they want, because it's, you know, everybody wants everything like, you know, so fast and just so quick. Like, I gotta have it now, I gotta have it now. Like, man, I've been doing music for 10 years and I've only made like, you know, maybe like close to like 1,000 off of my money, but I've dropped, you know, crazy amounts of music, you know, throughout the years. And you would think like I'd be doing what I'm, you know, making way more than what I do, but at the same time, it's just like, I just keep going, man. I just keep going. I don't stop. Like, I wanna be the person that people, you know, can look up to, especially like, you know, kids or anybody that's looking up to anybody musically. I want you to look at me and, you know, see that he's the product of perseverance. Like, he didn't stop, he didn't quit, no matter how long it took, no matter how many, you know, blockades I experienced in life, or, you know, bad news, whatever. Like, I took everything that I dealt with and, you know, I turned it into my passion, and that passion turned to profit. So, man, I'll probably say, honestly, it's gonna be like something that you wouldn't even expect. I really like listening to K-Tronada. I like house music. So like when I'm like in a real crazy mood, or like something that's like, I'm like just real down, I turn on house music, man. It's just like, I don't know what it is, but it's like the vibe, the beat, like the way that it makes me feel. It just makes me feel like I'm in a club somewhere. And I got like some decent speakers in my crib, so I just like, you know, pour me a little glass of wine or something like that when I'm, you know, not having the best day or not having the best week, and, you know, turn on some K-Tronada and just vibe out by myself, man. I enjoy like little moments like that. Like that's cool for me. I'm human, man. That's the biggest thing. I'm a human first. Like, I'm very big on family, you know, very big on God, very big on just myself, and just like making sure that the people around me are taken care of. I honestly, like, I feel like me personally, like I look out more so for like the people around me more than I do myself. And I mean, that's like a blessing and a curse. For me, I just feel like it's the best thing you could do. I enjoy serving people, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy giving to the people and just being a person of the people. You know, there's plenty of times where I ain't have it, or I was broke, or I ain't, you know when I was gonna see my next dollar. But, you know, whenever I see someone that, you know, really needs for real, like I try to give, whether it's food, clothes, money, whatever. Like, I try and help everybody out. You know, like even homies, like I got, you know, I got a friend that, you know, he was recording out of his, you know, closet on his phone when I first met him. And, you know, I brought him into the home studio we had. It wasn't much, but, you know, we worked together and built both of our sounds together. And just, I'm all about just lending a hand and helping anybody out. Like, I'm always about just helping the next person, because I feel like the more connections you make in life, like you one connection away from like that big break, you know what I'm saying? You one connection away from that big check, that $1 million check, you know what I'm saying? So that's really me, man.